shark lovers. We're in tropical Cairns in far North Queensland today, and I've got the pleasure to be with Xanthe Rivett, from the Protect Our Coral Sea campaign. Xanthe, thanks for joining us here today in Cairns. Can you tell us a little bit about the Protect Our Coral Seas campaign and Coral Sea campaign, and your involvement in it?
Sure, thanks for having me here, Mick.
No worries.
And nice to catch up with you in Cairns, a beautiful day. The Protect Our Coral Sea campaign is a campaign that has been running for a couple of years now, asking the federal government to protect a really large area of our oceans off the Queensland coast. It's over 100 kilometres out to sea here from Cairns, and it's protecting from the edge of the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park all the way out to the edge of Australia's territorial waters. That's what we're asking the federal government to do. They released a draft plan now, which is proposed for a proposed Coral Sea Commonwealth Marine Reserve, and the draft plan really is a fantastic start. However, they've only protected around 2 out of 25 of the coral reefs from fishing pressure, and under half of it is Marine National Park. So there's a little bit of work we need to do. It's a great start. We'd love to see more people jump on board and ask the government to do a little bit more to protect the Coral Sea.
And for our viewers that aren't familiar with the Coral Sea, can you tell us a little bit about that, Xanthe? Where is it, and the reason that it's so important to protect?
Alright, well, most people are very familiar with the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park. It's a beautiful area. It runs from the tip of Queensland right down to near Bundaberg, and it covers most of the continental shelf of the Queensland coast there. The Coral Sea, there's a geographic version of Coral Sea, really is the area that runs between New Caledonia, Papua New Guinea and the Queensland coast. And the Australian part of the Coral Sea we're talking about with the Coral Sea Marine Reserve is the area that's adjacent to the Great Barrier Reef Marine Park, out to the edge of our territorial waters. So that's in Australian waters, about 100 kilometres off the Great Barrier Reef. Now, one of the really important things about the Coral Sea Marine Reserve is that if we get a good level of protection out there over a very large area, then you're creating a very large scale marine reserve, which is on the scale big enough to protect those big pelagic fish, the sharks, the marlin, the tuna, all those species that have been hit really hard commercially through overfishing globally. And we're really lucky in Australia that we've got an area like this that we can set aside and protect, and potentially help to correct that balance. And it would be a unique resource that Australia has, it's managed to protect, that there's very few places in the world that we're able to do something like this.
Absolutely. Finally, Xanthe, your thoughts on the future for the Coral Sea? Positive, negative, good, bad, indifferent?
Look, I have really good hopes for the Coral Sea. I think there's a lot of Australians that really believe in marine conservation. There's a lot of Australians that really believe in protecting the Coral Sea. They really understand the challenges that face our oceans, and they want to support the campaign. And if they want to do that, please have a look at protectourcoralsea.org.au. There is a way to make a submission to the federal government saying, come on, the marine park's a great start, however, please extend the protection to more of the coral reefs, protect the important breeding areas over the Queensland Trough and the Townsville Trough, where you get the big spawning aggregations come together. And of course, spawning aggregations means that you get whale sharks, other forms of sharks, seabirds, lots of sea life congregate around that. And to protect that from fishing pressure is a really important step forward, and we need as many people as possible. Public consultation is open until the 24th of February, so as many people as possible to get on that site and submit submissions.
Fantastic. Xanthe, it's been an absolute pleasure to meet with you today.
Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
See you later.